Hey, this is Sarah, the homemade beekeeper at Tenderfoot Farms, and we're going to talk about worker layer bees. And what I'm going to call it is a rogue hive. Kind of found out the hard way. Well, it could have been worse. Let's just put it that way. We got 2 new packages from Lookout Mountain Bees, and super excited. The first one went in and they took off. They're doing they're doing phenomenal. The second one, about a week in, I noticed that it wasn't looking right. The eggs were all over the place, and it was a mess, and there was no queen in there. And it wasn't looking like the other hive. I couldn't find the queen anywhere. And so I couldn't find good evidence of the queen. I found one frame that had just eggs everywhere. So I ordered a new queen. And in the meantime, I found out from my friend that I had what's called a layer worker bee, because they were like 3 or 4 in each cell, and they were on the side, and they were a mess. So anyway, she told me to take the hive and put, if I could find some fresh brood to put in there, but it'd only been a week, and my other hive was really weak. So I got some honey in there, some honey that I'd had that was in the other hives, just a little bit, but I took some frames out of there too that had good smell in there too. Put the queen in there, and then I dumped the other hive into the new hive. So I didn't have any of the old frames, any of the old patterns, any of the old anything. It was all new. Put the queen in there with the cork on it still. I didn't uncork the sugar. And then a few days in, I pulled the cork off the sugar, and she was released. And the first week, things were looking pretty mellow and okay, like they had a good queen in there. The second week, I could see a lot of drone comb coming along. And by the middle to the end of the second week, it just was all drone comb. And I'm like, this isn't right. So I ordered another queen from A.k.a. Farms over in Rogersville. And I asked him what to do. I said, what do you do with the rogue hive? And rogue hive is my term. Once again, it's a worker layer beehive. And he told me to take it. He actually told me that it was probably at this point, it was a queen that hadn't been properly mated. And so he told me to take it 100 yards away and dump it on the ground. But before we dumped it, to get a box set up with new brood in there from the hive, two new brood frames from the hive that was good. Put the queen in between them, put the lid on it, and then let the bees out, dump them 100 yards away, let them out. And they, of course, were already back at the hive. You can see in there, they were already back there when we came back. But this is just about their little clips about our trip and our journey and checking the hive today. And today I did see the queen in there. You can tell in the video I was second guessing myself, but I'm almost 100% that was the queen, and which is super exciting. And I saw a brand new little itty bitty baby larva in there, and so that's that's super exciting too. I'm still trying to work on focusing enough to see the eggs in there. But with dyslexia and ADHD, it's just kind of hard for me to focus on something so small. But I need to start doing that. But I'm excited. I think we got a good hive now. Good morning. That's my rogue hive that I was talking about last night. This is the new deep that we put in there, and we've already taken 2 frames of brood from this one and put in there. Now we're going to drive this hive, clear over there and turn them loose. And the good bees will come back home, and the rogue bees apparently will stay over there. So we made a lot of bees mad, but they were already flying back over here. before we got here, and they were going to my other hive that's still plugged. It's a split, kind of weak hive split thing, swarm, that I added some more brood and stuff to. So it's still plugged because I just put the queen in there last night, or yesterday afternoon. But they're trying to get into that hive instead of that hive, which I think is kind of funny. But they'll all get into the right hive. And supposedly the bad bees, either the worker bee that was laying or the queen bee that was just laying drone, won't come back, supposedly. So anyway, he's smoking that down so that they're like, hey, that's not your entrance. That one is over there. We have the queen in there. She is not corked. We have not pulled the cork out on that yet. Probably do that in a couple days, after they get a chance to get to know her. And probably come out Monday and uncork the one in the smaller one. I might do the other one then too, because it's supposed to rain this afternoon. So anyway, yesterday I started out with 4 beehives, went to 3 beehives, and now I'm back to 4. I'm hoping that I can save those 2 hives. That's my hope. Okay, so you see the bees that are fanning? Yes, I don't have the glove on, but I do have my EpiPen. See the bees that are fanning? They're releasing a pheromone saying, hey, this is our home. Come back here. Come home. There's a bunch of them doing it. Calling all their bees to come home. I hope just the smart bees come home. To see what's going on in here. There's bees in there. That's a good sign. Because I never locked this one down. I let them keep flying. They are getting up into this box, but I'm not gonna bother checking it. I want to check down where the bees are. And we have bees. They're still here. That one feels like it's got a lot of honey in it. Oh, there's bees. There's some pollen on that bee and lots of honey. Uncapped. Okay, this is where my queen excluder was. Which the plug is out. Okay. They're not liking me much right now. Oops. Guess I better figure out how to halfway space these so I can like fit that thing in there. So these are the ones I dumped out, clear over there, and let them fly back here. We put new brood in here. From the hive over there. And is that the queen? That's a drone. That might be the queen. I don't know. Now we're gonna check this one. Hey, I see some baby larvae down in there. This is a good sign. That mean the queen's on this one? It's just really little. Huh. Well, they look happy. And they look like they're working. So we'll check them out. Whoop. We'll check them out again next week. Like I said, this is just small. Yeah, dumb. That larva could be from this comb I stole from the other hive. I don't think they'd have larvae just yet. So we are going to build this hive back. Because she very easily could be up here. There are a few bees up here. And